What's good, guys? It's Monk here, and I'm going to be doing another track breakdown video. This time we're looking at Shasha or Shasha. This track is, I can't even remember which track it is. It's nearer to the end of the album on my full-length album Temple of Mungk. If you want to listen to the album, I'll leave links to that in the video description. The interesting thing about this track is obviously the album is predominantly an electronic album, but this track is all live instrumentation. But it's still arguably electronic because it's all kind of sampled. It's like I haven't played the whole track through live. I've just recorded all of my own samples myself, like with live instruments, and then arranged it as I would making any other track. So the drums are all programmed as usual, but there's guitars and melodica and bass guitar all played in. So we'll go from top to bottom again and just go through everything that's happening. Right at the top I just have a resample track set up. I can't remember exactly what I was using it for at the time, but basically a resample track is where I'm sending some information to a bus and then I'm sending that bus to the resample track, and that means I can record any information I'm sending to a new audio track, which is useful if you want to record like any modulation or things like that, like to an audio thing. You can obviously bounce in place for a lot of purposes, but sometimes that's useful. Then I have vinyl crackle in all of my tunes, and then the soundscapes. If you've been watching the other track breakdowns, you'll know exactly what they're about. It's about like the flow of the album and making sure the tracks run into each other. They're all sort of within these soundscapes of jungles and field recordings specific to the regions that the tracks are based on. I then have all my dub effects going on. Let's just listen to some of them. What's that first one? Yeah, I think a lot of these are just samples. These weren't my own sounds, these ones. Yeah, that was a good one. And then I'm processing them with Sound Toys Effect Rack, which I love. Oh, that just has a primal tap on it. Not much going on there. Oh, what about this one? Okay, yeah, cool. I'm using Crystallizer on that one, which is like a granular echo thing, and you can pitch shift it and yeah, get some cool effects with that. Then I got my white noise sweeps, which, you know, standard standard samples of white noise going up and going down. It's like a white noise I made a while back that I just keep reusing. And then it's all my drums really. So I've got my kick. I've got my snares on separate channels because I usually do this when I'm making anything dubby. I like to have like all the different echoes and different delays on each snare. So I usually split them up into a few. If I sort of expand that, you should probably be able to see more, like see where they're happening. So you can see it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're all going to have slightly different processing. When you look at the sends over here, you can see that like I'm sending to different reverbs, slightly different amounts, and some of them have the echo on them, or delay even, or delay or echo, you know. Listen to them. So that's got a really dubby echo on that one. More standard on that one, but snare 2 has like this cool dubby thing going on. That is using FabFilter's Timeless. I didn't make it. It's a preset within here when you go here, and they have like a bunch of dub delay presets, which is sick. Like just what you need. Then some hats, pretty standard hats. I do that for basically any dub I'm making. I have like the hats are just on grid, and then like sometimes I'll do it with the MIDI. Here I didn't. Like rather than doing it with MIDI, I've got a delay on it. I think I'm using Effect Rack again, and a bit of saturation, and yeah, I've got like a delay happening. So you've got like the quieter hat hits are happening on the delay. I'll just play it and you can see. So that's without, and that's with them sort of like quieter cymbal bits. Right, then sub bass. So the sub bass and the mid bass is the exact same recording, just processed differently. It's a bass guitar line that I played in on my bass, which I will just grab and show you. This is my bass guitar. That's what that looks like. It's made by a company called Benson. But yeah, the bass line goes like this. And what I basically did was I EQ'd it differently. So the sub bass track, I'm just trying to get all the low end frequency in that. And then I split up because I really wanted the sound, because I really like the sound of the strings and like that physical element of being able to hear like the fingers on the strings. So I got like this more high end content and just sort of like doubled up the track so I could like process them differently and sort of balance the sound of the fingers and the strings with the actual sub bass content that I wanted. And that's the result of that. Then guitar riff. Right, so yeah, because this is before I got my desk when I made this. So I could only record in mono. So what I did was when I recorded some guitar in, I then doubled up that channel and split it far left and far right. I've got it written right on both there, but it's not. You can see the pan. I've panned one far right and one far left. I'll just change that now. So the guitar riff goes like this. Pretty simple riff. I'll show you my guitar that I played that on. This is a Fender Telecaster that was handed down to me by my granddad. Yeah, and so with the melodic content and the riffs, like I've got another riff here. Oh, that's just an intro riff, so processed slightly differently. Yeah, I've just got it filtered out. I like to do that in the intros where I get elements from the main track and like have them more filtered and distorted in the intro atmosphere. But with the melodic content, I've got the bass line and the guitar riff and the melodica. I'll play the melodica as well. Yeah, so this is the melodica. You get this, and then you get like the pipe that you blow through, and it's like basically a wind keyboard if you didn't know. It's essentially just a keyboard that you blow air through to make the sound come out. But the melodic content, this is kind of an accident more than anything else, but the bass line and the riff and the melodica, it all kind of plays off each other. There's a bit of like a call and response thing going on where the melodies sort of like copy each other. I'll play a bit where they're all going on and maybe you can hear what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the bit that I like, where the melodica does it first, where it goes do 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 do, and then the guitar and the bass copy it. Yeah, so that was actually an accident, but something I thought worked out pretty well. And then on the bottom, we've got the skanks, like guitar skanks, which are the classic reggae sound here. So that's the original recording, also taken from the Fender Telecaster. And then I've got that on these separate channels that have different delays on them. I've got 1/8 and 1/16 going on. These just seem to be the ones that work best for me, and the tip I would give with them, like when you want dub delays, what I always find just works best is having a dotted delay. Like on here I'm using Echo Boy in the Soundtoys effect rack, and they have time, note, dot and triplets. Dotted I just think is the best for dub delays. Like you can experiment with doing others, but dotted is my go-to, and I'll have one doing 1/8 and one doing 1/16. So yeah, and that means you can just easily like get different like delays of the guitar just like running over the track. I'll just play here so you can hear what I mean. Cool, and that's my track Shasha, or Shasha, however you're supposed to say that. Even I don't know. But hopefully that was cool to like get some insight on that. Hopefully it was useful, like if you're wanting to produce dub and stuff yourself and you just wanted to hear like how I go about things. And thanks so much for supporting and watching these videos, and hopefully see you in the next one. And don't forget to go check out the album as well. Big up.